Here we are on the Euro Aussie 15 minute, and I've only got in this 2 minutes ago and we've just spiked up, so I thought I'd better jump on and do the recording of this, because this just may be a little blip and we pull all the way back, or of course we just may rally here for targets. Now this is a trend continuation opportunity, and what I'm going to do, it is on the 15 minute, and the reason I've taken it on the 15 minute is because we can clearly see here that we had a move higher, a pullback, a move higher giving us a 3-point move. This was a pullback, a new structure high, and now we've pulled back for our outside return. So all I was waiting for was a higher high, higher close, and you can actually see just here this was the candle that got it, and we have just literally just rallied up a little bit here. So the reason I'm looking at the 15 minute is because this area here that I've highlighted can only be seen on the 15 minute, and because it is trend continuation, and I can play for a secondary target beyond the tops here, then my target is the very top and secondary targets are a little bit higher. So what I'd like to do is just remove the orders. Let's delete everything off and let's go out to the dailies, and as usual do our higher time frame analysis. It is incredibly important that we do this. I've been monitoring this for quite some time, is that I do believe we could be setting up a potential flag pattern. Or was it a flag pattern? We never actually came down to this level. Okay, as things stand, we're heading up. That's all I can take from the daily time frame. I thought I must be thinking of a different pair. Let's go to the 240, maybe a bit different on the 240. This was what I was looking at on the 240. I was looking at a channel like this, but looking at this as being a fake break to the downside, because we've since gone up to this level, respected, we've since come down to this level and respected also. Now, so let me drop down another time frame to the 60 minute, and you can see that right here this doesn't look like anything, but it does on the 60 minute time frame. So let's drop down to the 15 minute, bring back on the orders, and the way that it looks, if you can see the channel here now, we had come down, we'd put in a new low, we had then come up, we'd pull back, so that's move 2 and move 3, and with move 3 we violated the outside return. Then what we did was we saw a pullback into this outside return, we saw a new structure high, we I've gone for secondary targets here. I could have sworn we could have gone higher. Right, what I've done is I've looked at coming up to the, I think, 16200 even handled number, which is the structure to the left, but not taking into account the fact that we are within this channel. So I am going to have to change this. I'm very glad I've done this video. My motto is check twice, enter once. Nevertheless, the trade is absolutely still valid, but I just need to make sure that we could have gone for secondary targets, and based on this I don't think we now can. Yeah, if you see secondary targets here, I was playing for a retest of this at that 16200 flat. If we get the breakout of the channel, absolutely they're achievable, but in this scenario, no, they are not. So all I'm going to do here is change this a little bit now. So a bit disappointed there with what I've just done. Don't know how I've managed to make that mistake, but nevertheless mistakes do happen, and I did check it a couple of times. I was also just listening into Akil's session, and it's amazing if something takes your attention for a minute and you miss something, however insignificant, when you're underwriting a trade, it can be detrimental. So I think that that's what I've done. Thank God that I make these videos and hold myself accountable. Now this just does mean something different. It means that I can only play for a retest of the closes of these candle bodies just here. So what does it mean? It's probably going to mean I've got an inverse risk to reward now. So 32 pips of risk, 26 of reward. Okay, so here is the situation. Should I exit the trade? Well, I've got an inverse risk to reward, but in saying that, that isn't the be all and end all when you make a mistake. What we have is we have quite a directional move here. We've got a very small pullback, a rally, and from the look of it now, we've come very shallow into this previous high, and we've then put in two higher closes. So based on everything I've seen, this is not a trade I'm going to exit purely because it now has an inverse risk to reward. I think this is quite a good one to capture, and it's quite good for me because I'm actually talking myself through this process, and I can see we've got two higher closes. We didn't see a steep pullback into this. We've seen quite directional moves here. Everything is indicating that we could actually just rally up here and hit targets, in which case I'll be out for position one. So a mistake, usually you would exit the trade. In this scenario, I'm not going to. I'm going to leave the trade to ride, and that is it. So an alarm set here for if we can get up and hit those potential targets. And we're back. We're currently pushing higher now, currently up 13-14 pips. And when we got our higher close here, we did rally up, pulled back. We did not close below our outside return, and then we've been steadily making our way up. Hopefully in the next, depending how this closes, we may make a new high here. But that is the update on the trade. Hopefully we can see this thing rally in the next couple of hours before 10 o'clock tonight and get targets hit. And we're back for the final part of the video, and as you can see now, we have gone and hit targets. So what a shame making that mistake there, looking at the trend line, thinking I could go for second targets. Nevertheless, there you go, we managed to turn that mistake into a winning trade. If you do like it, of course, go ahead and subscribe, and please give it a like as well.